What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to my channel, please consider subscribing for weekly automotive mechanical content for the average shade tree mechanic. So I got another suspension upgrade. If you haven't seen my last video about installing the steering stabilizer, steering dampener from King, go ahead and check that out. I'll go ahead and post a link right here and then come right back and finish out this video. But in this video, I'm nearing 20,000 miles, and so I decided to buy Thuren's front track bar. I know a lot of people like the front track bar. It stiffens it up, it's adjustable, and it's something that you may need once your truck hits about 20,000 miles. And if you've installed a leveling kit, whether that's 1 inch, 2 inch, or just really any, I think up to 8 inch, 10 inch lift. Don't quote me on that, but I do know once your truck gets a leveling coil kit installed, you want to make sure that that axle, because of our radius arms, is sitting completely center in the front of the truck. And I'm investing my time and money into suspension due to the fact that I want my truck to ride good. Now, I do know I bought a heavy duty truck. I'm not trying to take away that and its capabilities right now, especially with the rear coils, because I know a lot of people put softer coils on there and then either put airbags and timbrins in order to get that capability back for a heavy duty truck as far as towing, pulling, the amount of weight that these trucks were built for. I'll show you the parts, what we'll need to install and the actual installation, but it came with 2 pages of paper. Alright, one is the instructions on how to install a Thuren track bar. Alright, common specs, so torque specs, but it also came with this one right here. Alright, and what this one says is this track bar has been preset to 39 and 1/16 inch for radius arm trucks to 2013 and present up until I believe 2018, equipped with our coils. There's no need to adjust track bar length, which is awesome because reading into it, I knew that I would have to tighten down the heim joint nut pretty, what is it, like 200 foot-pounds if I remember correctly. And so the work was taken away from me. It was done before even getting shipped, so this is pretty cool. Jam nut is torqued and ready for install. If track bar is being used at stock height, adjust to 38 inches and 7/8 eye to eye by rotating the heim joint clockwise 2 full rotations, then retorque jam nut. I can't read. So pretty cool. So essentially all the work has been done because I already have the 2-inch leveling coil kit from Thuren, and so essentially it's just going to be plug and play. So what the instructions say: 2003, 2013 4-link trucks do not come with a track bar preset to length. So this was specifically set for my 2018 Ram 2500. It goes through all of these instructions. Let's see, let me just go ahead and go over quickly what it's trying to tell us. You don't need to jack up the truck, just park on flat ground, remove the OEM track bar, and there's 2 bolts that'll do that. Blah blah blah. Depending on your track bar, bolts will be different sizes. It says 2013 plus, radius arms 18 millimeter fine thread, torque to 215 foot-pounds. If lengthening the track bar longer than OEM, you got to go through the tightening process and torquing down the heim joint nut, and then you'll be good to go, and then retorque after 500 miles. So the reasons why I wanted to get this track bar was, one, I wanted to ensure that my suspension, all the geometry is good to go. As you do know, I install a leveling coil kit from Thuren, 2 inches, and so I just want my suspension to sit nice and tight. I drive over bumpy roads every single day, and so I feel the investment for suspension is worth it to me. One, I want my axle to sit center, all right, and then tight. I shouldn't expect any drivability upgrades or drivability improvements. I may see something. That's why I decided to install the steering stabilizer, steering damper first, and then see what the track bar would actually do for the truck. Release of our new platform, OEM track bar can go up to 20,000 miles and function just fine, but is not mandatory to replace right away up until 20,000 miles. So they're saying, hey, once you hit that 20K, go ahead and look into upgrading your track bar. So it fits 2013 and present 3500s, 2014 plus to present 2500 Dodge Rams, and also Power Wagons. So it says first place to start if your vehicle has any strange handling habits, and then it just goes through the specifications of what it's actually made of and whatnot. So I feel like it'll be a worthwhile upgrade. Plan on having the truck for quite a long time, and I just like to see my suspension nice and tight up in the front, and then later in the future see what I want to do with the rear coils. Let's get into the installation of the track bar. Alright guys, so first step, like always, I like to show you what tools you need for the specific job. So I have the track bar, and then I'm using my air gun, but if you don't have air tools, that's fine. Just go ahead and use a 1/2 inch drive ratchet. I have a U-joint, 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch drive U-joint. I got a 3-inch extension, and then I have a 27mm socket. This one's a long, but if you have a short 27mm, that one would be best to use with the U-joint and extension. So I'll show you once I get underneath the truck. Maybe a little difficult, but we'll be able to get it done. Those pliers are just to snap off the zip tie that's over there, and then I have a adjustable wrench. I'll use either one of those. Alright guys, so here I am underneath the truck. Here's the first bolt I'm going to take off. There's a total of 2 bolts. This is the first one. After I'm done with this one, we'll go ahead and move to the other. But as you can see, here's the nut on the opposite side. It has one of these in order to use the leverage to secure the nut to the actual axle. Alright, so essentially here's 27mm like I mentioned before. If this is in the way, just go ahead and tilt this up enough in order to essentially get in there and not have to use a U-joint. So as you can see, this is what I'm going to end up doing. Let me go ahead and do this and be right back. Alright guys, so first bolt is complete, taken out. Here's the second bolt. All you have to do is just follow the track bar, and then you see the second one. I'm just going to use my air gun, get this out. This is going to be tough. Both of these bolts are going to be tough due to the fact that the torque specs is 200 or 215. Anyways, I'll put it right here. That's the real one. And so essentially it'll be a little tough, but you'll be able to get it. So let me go ahead and take off this bolt and then throw on the new track bar. Alright guys, so it turns out my air gun doesn't have enough ass in order to remove it. Again, I said it's under a lot of torque, and so what I ended up doing is using a short 27mm socket, and then I used an 18-inch breaker bar and just kind of propped my feet up and pulled as hard as I could, and there it was. I did have to use PB Blaster. Alright y'all, so go ahead and check out the difference between the Thuren track bar and the OEM track bar. Let me put it like that. So I already went ahead, double checked the measurements, 39 by 1/16. Alright, and it's ready to go. Again, the way you're supposed to install it is with the Zerk facing down. And obviously you just look at the way you take out your OEM bar, and it'll just go in exactly like so. Let's see what we have here. Bushings don't look too bad, but yeah, much more sturdy. The Thuren, a little more heavier. Let's go ahead and get this installed. Alright guys, so I'm actually going to do this side first. I went ahead and put the bolt in. Everything looks good. I got the back securing nut on there, postured correctly right here, if you can see that. Right there, sticking out. Alright, so as long as that's in, I can tighten that after I get the bolt on the other side. So let's move to the other side. Alright guys, so moving to the other side, the driver's side. Let me see if I can show you this. So throwing it up there just the way it is, so I think I'm gonna have to try and shift steering wheel right so that it'll flex a little bit. So let me go ahead and see if that works. If not, I may need a partner to come and help. Guys, so it turns out I'm gonna need a partner, and so wife's gonna help me out. And so what she's just gonna have to do is just turn the steering wheel a little bit to the right, shifting it, and we should be good to go. Let me try and get this rearranged and get it in there. It's fucking light.
All right, go ahead and turn it very, very slightly to the right. Keep going, keep going. Keep going. All right, stop. All right. Let me see if I can just tighten it just like this. Perfect.
Can I let go?
Hold up. All right, let me just put this behind. Start tightening this up right now. Well guys, as you can see, all you need is a partner. You just need to turn the wheel a little bit to the right due to the fact that it's 39 and 1/16. All right, and so essentially I got this one bolt in. I got the bolt in on the other side. So let me go ahead and tighten this one down a little bit, and then I'm going to tighten down the other side and then come back down and torque this and then torque the other side. So let me go ahead and do that and come right back.
Everything's torqued down to 215 foot-pounds of torque. The wheels are straight and dead on straight, but I do need to show you something.
So as you can see, my steering wheel is off. Now my wheels are actually straight on the truck. I looked at it for probably about a minute or two, just making sure that the wheels are straight so that I can validate how the steering wheel would be off. Now I did reach out to Thuren. Chris answered my question, do I need to get another alignment if I just got one and I'm about to do this front track bar? And so he reassured me, no need for another alignment. All I'm going to have to do is just adjust the steering wheel on the drag link. So that's exactly what I'm going to have to do. Now, as much as I want to actually show you this on this video, I do know that other people are looking to adjust their steering wheel, and I don't want to make them watch the entire front track bar install and review. So I will be adjusting the steering wheel off of the drag link in another video. For now, what I'm going to essentially be doing is I'm going to go ahead, adjust the steering wheel, and then I'm actually going to drive it, and I'm going to go ahead and review it.
All right guys, so it's been a couple weeks. It's actually been a few weeks. Just the way I like doing my reviews is just putting some miles, putting some time on the truck for upgrades so that I can see pretty much the differences based off of prior driving experience and the last 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Front track bar, really haven't noticed much of a difference. Just to be honest, there's nothing that I can really tell, but I do know that I have peace of mind and that my axle is centered perfectly. So based on the research, it said you really are not going to notice much based off of the front track bar. It's just one of those things. You just have peace of mind. Your axle is centered perfectly after a leveling coil kit upgrade, shocks, the steering stabilizer's in there now. I felt more of a difference from the steering stabilizer than I did for the front track bar. So just for y'all to know. But essentially, yeah, I haven't noticed that much of a difference. Front end feels great. I think the last thing I need to do is possibly just sway bar up in the front. And I'm not sure about anything else because I already put on the shocks, the springs, steering stabilizer, the steering gearbox stabilizer, and so I think the last things are going to be the sway bar and probably upgrade the front shocks later in the future. I love the Overland shocks. I'm very happy with them, but possibly in the future bumping those up to King springs or King shocks. I can't speak right now. You're not going to notice much, but the truck will feel nice and tight as it should. The track bar is much more beefy. Let me know if you have any questions or comments. Let me know below. Stay tuned for more. I will be sending in a Blackstone oil analysis for the truck. I'm actually about to do the oil change, so pretty stoked about that. But yeah, until next time, ciao.
Perfect.